Way back when in 1863, now part of the American lore, a young family must leave their home because of the Civil War. Living their lives in a brand new town, doing the best they can. For little women are on their own, looking to make their stand. Fortunes of war can change their way, we imagine our lives will be. The March family are on their way, make Joe, Beth, and Amy.
That's beautiful, Beth. Uh-oh.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Beth, you can't mean that. I believe it was just beautiful.
Well, a piano is meant to sound much more melodious than this thing does.
Well, now, this one is kind of old and beat up. But, honey, when you sit down and commence to playing, it sounds to me like heaven's own music.
Oh, you're just being kind.
Not so. You know I wouldn't lie.
That's very sweet, but I think we better stop now and begin preparing dinner, don't you?
We got plenty of time, Beth. Come on and play Hannah one more song, please.
What would you like to hear?
You know my most favorite, honey.
Well... But this old piano sounds awful.
Come on now, Beth. Play it, please.
Well... Okay?
What? Well... Hello there. I'll just bet you I can guess your name. You must be Little Milky Ann, am I right? And how would I happen to know your name? Well, I hear the young ladies calling for you all the time. Milky Ann, come here, little Milky Ann. When I first heard them calling you, I didn't have any idea who they meant. But now that we've met, I know it was you that they wanted. The piano player is very good. However, the piano's awful. Well, I think you'd better go home now, okay? Gosh, I wonder if she's as beautiful as her music. Grandfather, you quite startled me. I didn't hear you come in.
Where have you been, young man?
The day was so pleasant, I took a walk along the river.
And then through a zoo, I suppose. Where are your manners, lad? It was ungentlemanly of you to keep Mr. Brooke waiting.
Grandfather, I know Mr. Brooke is a fine fellow, and I have the greatest respect for him, but his tutoring is not doing me any good, sir. Honest.
Then you know everything there is to know, do you?
No, Grandfather, I didn't mean to suggest anything of the kind, sir.
Laurie, wake up. You must be prepared for a proper education.
But that's just a life of boredom, and I want more.
Laurie, While I'm still alive and breathing, there will be no more musicians in this family.
You're right, Grandfather. It's true that I do love the piano just as much as my mother did. But I won't make a career of it.
Well, enough, but you must have some idea of your future.
It's hard to concentrate on tutors and education when all I hear about these days is the war.
Young fellow, I'm just about at the end of my patience.
I guess I must be like my father.
In what way?
You called him arrogant and told him not to marry Mother, but he told you he would never give her up because he loved her so.
It is quite futile to talk about deeds that are done, the deeds that can never be undone. I know now that it was my own pompous pride that caused my son to turn away from me. But you have to believe this, boy. I care deeply that you'll be happy as well as successful. Come, Laurie. Mr. Brooke is still patiently waiting.
Let's see now. I think geometry today. Shall we begin?
Gee, I wish she hadn't stopped playing. She's really a magnificent musician, you know?
I think these equations will be a challenge for you, Laurie.
I most enjoy listening to them in the evening hours, when the whole family is at home. They're always laughing and they sound so happy. Gosh, I wonder what it must be like to be that happy all the time.
You've only watched them occasionally from outside of their home. Laughter alone would hardly be sufficient evidence to make one believe they're truly happy, Laurie.
It's easy for you to say that because you've never heard them. But I have. Look, now admit it. Isn't that a warm, friendly setting?
Well, maybe so. But Laurie, it's not exactly in the best taste to sit there staring into their home like a peeping Tom.
Sir, I've been here for weeks now, and so far I've hardly met a soul. I've done nothing but study every day, and I have yet to find even one tiny reason to laugh happily about anything.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you there, Laurie. But perhaps you can direct some of that pent-up anger toward these equations.
Hey, it's the youngest daughter. She must be returning home from school.
I have tried very hard to be patient, Laurie. But we won't accomplish anything with you standing at that window snooping.
I'm genuinely sorry, Mr. Brooke. I know I'm being rude. It's just that I would so like to know them.
Yes, that's it. During tomorrow's walk, we'll watch for redbirds. Well, here we are.
Miss March, let's stay out a little while longer.
We can't today, Kathy. I'd like to, but it's gotten quite late. And don't forget we have to do our lessons.
We could go to the sandbox, that's close by.
Absolutely not. I'm still trying to get the sand out of the clothes I wore the last time I took you two to the park. Oh, look, a brooch. Oh my, it's so beautiful.
I want to have it. Give it to me, Miss March.
I'm afraid this isn't just a plaything. I think the person who lost this is surely missing it right now. I know I certainly would. Come along, children. We must go in now.
I'll be first in. Come here, come. Ask Miss March if she can read the verses out of me. Huh? Me? Miss March? We were just wondering. Come on, ask her. We're both awfully bored with studying. Ask her.
Well,
Go on. Would you read to us a little, please?
pardon?
Please, ma'am?
Very well then. Why don't you two go and pick one out?
Oh, thank you!
Oh, come in.
I do hope I'm not intruding. Miss March?
Yes, I am. Have we met?
My name is Sally Gardner. It was my brooch you found. I can't tell you how appreciative I am.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. And please, won't you just call me Meg?
This was given to me by my grandmother, and it was one of my most prized possessions.
Yes, I knew it. From the very first moment I saw it laying there on the ground outside the gate, I guessed someone had lost a valuable treasure.
I didn't fasten the clasp properly, but now that you've given me a second chance, I'll have to try to be more careful. Are you a friend of Patty's, too?
Yes, I am, and I'd like to be your friend if I may.
I'd like that.
That's great!
Miss March! Here it is!
Well, well, the princess and the pea, yes, I should have guessed. And Thomas, how about you?
Oh, yes, the princess is my favorite, too.
I appreciate your visit, but won't all of your friends miss you?
I doubt it. I left them gossiping away.
Then why don't you stay and Miss March can read to all of us?
I can't, but maybe you can invite me another day, Kathy. By the way, Meg, you're very honest, so I would value your advice. I'd like to find work, but my parents disapprove.
I'm sure they love you and want to protect you because my folks felt the same way about me.
But here you are, so obviously they've come around. I would imagine that makes you feel quite independent.
Well, I feel useful at least, and these little ones make my work easy.
Miss March, please!
All right.
Well, I'd better go. Good day, young ones.
Good day to you!
Come again.
I will, thanks.
Ray, let's get the chairs!
Oh, Meg, I'm looking forward to us getting together again very soon.
So am I.
I lost my brooch and I found a friend.
Here's the throne!
My.
There.
Come on and sit down, please.
Okay?
Now then, once in a land far away there lived a handsome prince whose father, the king, thought it was time for his son to find a princess. Mind you, not just any princess would do, for the prince was very refined and accomplished.
Uh-oh. Careful.
Evening is my favorite time of day. That's when my sisters are busy doing quiet things. Jo gets the important chores. And sometimes I wish I were as grown up as she.
Oh, Marmee, make her stop staring at me. Amy, if I happen to be mining coal, you'd probably want to do that too.
I'm all set. Hurry up now.
We've time, dear. Smooth and steady. That's the way. That girl was lucky, don't you think?
Who?
The young lady whose jewelry you've returned.
Sally is her name. Yes, she told me that her grandmother had given it to her and she would have sorely missed it. She's ever so nice, Marmee, and she wants us to be friends.
What's the matter with the friends you've already got right here in the house, Meg?
It's not really the same. Anyway, isn't Anthony your friend, Joe?
Do you mean that reporter?
Yes.
He's not a friend, he's just an acquaintance.
Do you mean acquaintance can't be a friend too?
Oh, perhaps it might be, Amy, if you were to pronounce it properly. Anyway, he's over 20. That's far too old to be much of an acquaintance.
Please don't mock your sister, Joe. After we've been here a while, I know you will each have made friends by the score.
I've already made a lot of them. Bernice, Emma, Margaret.
Good. How I wish that were true of our sweet, lovely Beth, who won't dare to venture out of the house.
I'm happy. I have my piano, and Hannah's such good company. I don't really need any other friends.
You forgot to mention Milky Ann, Beth. I think you've offended her.
Oh. Did I offend my little Milky Ann?
Milky Ann forgives you, Beth. I believe she does.
Hello, Joe. Wait up a minute. And a good morning to you, ma'am.
Hello, Anthony.
So, how are you? Have you all settled down in your new home yet?
Yes, Anthony. And the family can't find the words to thank you enough for all the trouble you took helping us to find it.
No need to thank me. I was glad I could help you. See ya.
I'm sorry, am I keeping you from something?
I'm meeting someone at the newspaper office, and I'm almost late. A pleasure seeing you. If it's all right, I'd like to come to your house to visit you on Sunday afternoon. Maybe we'd have time to chat. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you then. Goodbye. Got a package for you, missus. Can I help you carry that to your wagon?
Why, thank you very much.
Get out there! Neighbor, Mr. Lincoln is going to
one.
this week. Here you go. This is Irish lace. Our last one.
Yes, that's the one. I've never tried this fragrance before, Meg. See how you like it.
Well, I'm not a perfume expert, but that's nice.
Fine. That settles it then. I'll take it. I usually have an awful time deciding, but you've made it easy for me. I trust your taste implicitly. Please wrap it.
I certainly will, miss.
Well, fancy finding you here.
Huh? Meg, you've come at the perfect time.
Why? Is there something I can help you with, Joe?
I can only afford one of these and I can't decide which one.
Let's see. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations and The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Yes, I see what you mean.
Make up my mind for me, Meg, please.
It's a difficult choice. Let's see. I have a thought. Just shut your eyes while I shuffle them.
Meg, oh.
Now, pick above or below.
Below. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas.
Yes, that's the one I'd have chosen.
Excuse me, Meg.
Sally, please allow me to introduce Josephine March, my sister and soon-to-be famous novelist.
All my friends call me Joe.
I'm very honored. I hope I'm not interrupting.
My sister had to make a major literary decision, and I was just being helpful.
Well. Meg, in just a few weeks we shall be having a lovely party at our home. I'd like to invite you. I do hope you'll be able to come.
Party? That would be wonderful, but it sounds so terribly formal to me, Sally.
Well, it may not be a grand ball such as the King family gives, but I do promise you that it will be great fun. It will be mostly young people.
If I might be so bold, would it be possible for you to invite my sister?
Indeed, we'd be delighted to invite Josephine. Although it strikes me that her interests are of a rather different kind.
Chapter 3.
Well, Joe, I've got it planned down to the last detail. The very first thing I'll do when I get to Washington is go straight to the White House to interview President Lincoln and some cabinet members. Then I head south to the battlefields where I can talk to the fighting men, our real men, gallant men, bravely fighting in the front lines and laying down their lives for their country.
Aren't you afraid?
To a newsman, fear is merely one of the hurdles you have to leap. Imagine all those brave men facing cannon fire and rifles, even bayonets. A reporter mustn't be afraid.
That's a spirit, but it's rather difficult to believe that.
Why, Joe, how could you ever believe I could even think of stretching the truth?
You may not be lying, but I think your story's getting puffed up. What's the grandest news story that you have ever covered? A little cat caught in a poplar? Someone's soggy rain-flooded basement? Maybe a stable on fire?
Whoa, hold on now.
And perhaps you take pleasure in writing nasty things about the work of other writers, probably out of fear that it might be better than your own work.
Do I deserve all of that abuse? I did say your work showed a lot of promise for a new writer, Joe. Though it may have been a little awkward and self-conscious and somewhat pretentious and, well, to tell you that...
That's what I mean, nasty! You're brutal. You should think twice before making such rash assessments. I doubt that I'll ever write another word.
You'd give up on yourself after only one effort? I don't believe it. From you, I'd expect much more gumption. Here's an Oriental proverb. Even a poor shot hits the mark if he tries often. That sound familiar?
It doesn't, I'm afraid. Anthony, are you making a joke at my expense?
Hey, wait a minute. Easy, Joe.
You...
Hey. Uh-oh. Oh, now what I meant to say was, hey, Joe.
I don't care what you meant. Come back here and fight. Anthony! You little coward, come back here.
Easy there, Joe. Come on, Joe. Don't you have any sense of humor?
I'll show you my sense of humor, you show-up.
Gosh, Joe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now stop it. Come on, let go. Joe.
My, you two sure play rough.
Huh?
Well, do you think you can stop that and come have some melon?
Hello, Amy. Anthony and I were just having a little discussion. Melon, you say?
That'd be nice.
Thank you, Amy.
I hope you'll keep up your
You're
writing,
welcome.
Joe. You're actually good, you know, and bound to get better. Just keep trying.
I have that feeling again, that someone is watching from old Mr. Lawrence's house next door. I wonder if it's that boy, his grandson. Oh well, I hope the melon is nice and ripe.
Fortunes of war can